Hello everyone and welcome back for another episode of Inkbound. We're going to be trying out the Chainbreaker this time, but we've got a couple of things to interact with here before we go doing that. Let's interact with the hole for now.
Peer down the well, looking for any evidence of a living person. You only find endless darkness and the faint sound of the sea. But a collection of voices drift from the depths.
Interesting. You finally found us. Loose connections of abstract thought and creation, passing intonations of ink left unbound from your world. You show promise. You show purpose. Now show us progress. These quests we task you with completing to show us your resolve. Okay. We have a quest from the creepy well person. Assuming they are a person. In the meantime, let's talk to the counsellor. Oh, Needless, you're back already. I wasn't quite ready for you yet. Well, here goes, I guess. I think I've got a plan. One that will help Inkbound with, well, everything. You see, our stories, some fragments of them are still left in the inkwell. You should be able to find those. Bring them back, then we'll get their ink back. Oh, you've seen some of those vestigial shrines in there? Well, at least I hope these story fragments should be there for you to find. Okay. And the Inkbound doesn't know about this, so keeping it that way would be good, I think. Right. So we're continuing to work on Birdie on Fire. Let's bring up the logbook. So we still have to do Destructibles in the Silent Promenade. That's where our primary focus is going to be. And yeah, this Chainbreaker is going to be a very interesting one for us to work with. We're going to need to pick a trinket to take along. So this alternates between physical and magic. This alternates between magic and physical if it does collision damage. And this does both physical and magic. So something that would benefit them both would be useful.
Well, you're looking a bit crispier than last time. A trip to the runestone will do that to you. Oh, everyone calls it the Silent Promenade now, but that doesn't change what it is.
Oh, interesting.
The Silent City itself. An entire city made of Oon, if you can believe it. But you probably don't even know what Oon is.
Some kind of rock?
Well, Oon's had a lot of names you might have heard. The Ink of the First Age. An Interrealm Matter Determinator. Truth itself.
That's a bit
all just
grandiose.
names aiming at what it really is. The stuff of worlds, dear Needless.
Okay.
It used to be you could take a slab of Oon and just speak to it to get what you want. Now the rules of ink are a bit trickier. I had a friend once, Samuel. He knew more about those rules than any other binder around. Oh, listen to me. Taking the silent hostage for my boring rants. Go on, Needless. Your patience is appreciated, but your time is better spent out there.
Well, that's definitely interesting. So, over here, in terms of trinkets, we do have a key, so we could unlock something specifically. Rows of rubies could be reckless but fun. Let's have a look at the next page. Oh, the Scales of Infinite Potential. That is the one we're going to go for. So we're going to be alternating between physical and magic. So each fight we will be gaining 10% damage in one of them, potentially 20% if we manage to alternate. It's going to be cool. And yeah, we're happy keeping to the Chainbreaker for the moment. There's still 2 that we haven't unlocked, the Star Captain and the Godkeeper. But for now, Chainbreaker will do well. So after using Runic Strike 3 times, gain a combo. And combo reduces the cost and cooldown of our next thing, which would be Infused Fist or Eruption. Okay, none of these are the Silent Promenade. So Proving Grounds is the next one for the Inspect Pair, or Vengewood actually. We could just go to Vengewood. Do the second option in our current list. Let's not overcomplicate it. Right, potion first. That's a barrier potion, pretty nice. Augmented binding, right. Ooh. Magic Runic Strike increases crit damage significantly. Ooh, what's sap? On defeat, restore 2 hit point per attack to the attacker. Okay. And Benevolent Eruption, you and your allies gain a shield if they're below half hit point, also heal. Getting shield is nice, but that's going to be infrequent, so not massively useful in and of itself, and only 1 shield is not a massive amount. Let's go for the Magic Runic Strike. And we could really lean into that crit damage. Ink Flat probably is going to be most useful for these, actually. Let's do that. Okay, 2 Tarnished Vaults. Let's start getting some of the vestiges. All right, I think we're gonna start with the Runic Strike. It does do some teleporting. So that's the combo, which reduces the cost and cooldown for these. Oh, we can target this so it hits multiples. That makes it interesting. Well, let's do that. We'll grab this and smack on this one a little bit. It's interesting. We're going to take a little bit of damage. The 2 damage is not too bad. We do have Eruption that we can kick off. Infused Fist is already back, actually. Let's get an Eruption going against both of these. Hit him with a big Runic Strike. It's not enough to kill him. But we can finish him off right there. Okay, so we did take some damage. Having some healing would be very nice, is what I'm thinking. Smiting is always good. Let's leave these and we'll see what the other one is before we decide. Valmark's not bad. Leaning into Vigor could be good for us. Let's get that. And I think I'm going to re-roll these. Oh, Harmonizing Whistle is definitely the right one for us. Harmonizing Whistle is gonna going to keep us moving through these very quickly. Okay, we want healing. Ooh, grasp. We haven't seen grasp before. But let's re-roll. Invigorate's not bad. We know Invigorate can provide shielding, healing, all kinds of other things. Let's go for that. Okay, Carver's Refuge is way too early. We could go to the Sea Breach. Try and get something interesting on the story itself. A quill lights in the darkness of the Sea of Ink and the scattered stories within it. The quill zips between the stories looking for its binder counterpart, but the zipping becomes a crawl, and the little light shows signs of discouragement. Perhaps some reminder of their binder could help them rediscover their drive. Okay, I don't mind losing a bit of will reserve for 3 combats. Let's offer our will and we'll gain a random ascension. That has... interesting. So, the fist is now equalizing fist, uppercut an enemy, pushing them back and dealing 165 magic damage. The target hits the first enemy. Both are inflicted with 3 infusion per ally and take an additional bunch of damage. And then when we hit the infused ones, we gain shield. So we've got a way of protecting ourselves now. It's going to be a little janky, but we can definitely work with that. Let's go for the Tarnished Vault and the Uncommon Augment. And some Disintegration Oil. Okay, we could try and avoid the treasure pot this time. We might have more luck. If we start with an eruption, that's going to do quite a lot of damage. And then we could kill this one. And then move out of the danger area. So at least we're not taking any more damage. Oh, don't come closer, treasure pot. If I back up, can I get everyone but you? I could do quite a lot actually there, like that. Punch the bit. Still going alright. Treasure pot run away. Good. Okay. Can we get everyone with an eruption? I feel like it should be possible. It's close. It's really close. There we go. The eruption works really well. Especially with our harmonizing whistle and the ink flat. That's allowing us to do it consistently. Okay, we don't have any verdant yet. We're not really doing fire. Let's re-roll this. Decayed Binding is fine. Need a lot to really lean into the ambusher stuff. Smite would be better, but I don't want to just lean on Smite. You know what? Let's do the frostbite. Okay. In the meantime, we will draft a binding. Not keen on any of these. The cultivate could be fun, but we've used it before. Let's re-roll. Shield wall. Let's try shield wall. And we can speed it up. Or we can make our eruption even better, which I think is probably going to be a smart choice given how often we're using it. Hey, right, there's the Vestigial Shrine. So there, find the story fragments in each book's Vestigial Shrine is a specific thing we need to do. So let's go to this one. Hey, look at you! Wedged within the ruins of the Vestigial Shrine lies a single story fragment of this world. An intangible thing only obtainable by Quill, but crucial in anchoring and survival of this story. A left-behind relic of the shrine's original purpose, the story fragment is the last remaining piece, keeping the story tethered to the Athenium. Once a foregone conclusion, now a rare occurrence. All bindings gain 2 cost discount. That's potentially really, really good. Let's swap it out for the disintegration oil, actually. Now, we could swap out the Valmark, which would give us Vigorous. I think that's a pretty smart play this early on. It gives us extra striker as well. So I like it.
You place your hand upon the podium, and your quill begins to pulse. In your hand appears a torn page with fading ink. A story fragment, now yours.
Cool. So, we got the story fragment from the Vengewood. We don't really need the glyphs, so let's go for the Tarnished Vault to the Superior Vault. And we'll do a bit of fishing on the way. Give us a bit of extra magic damage for the immediate future. Alright, these are all going to be a bit more dangerous. Oh, look at that. That's a solid start. Yeah, if we can reduce the cost. Oh, didn't quite get him. Did not quite get him. Now, in a couple of combats, we're going to have an improved will reserve. So I'm not too worried about what we have going on at the moment. But reducing the cost would allow us to do more, which is never going to be a bad thing. Big crit. Down they go. Misery's Whip. Go for the bleeding? Maybe. Verdant Sprout seems like a smart choice because we've already got Vigorous. And this would allow us to start getting Verdant for healing. I think I'm going to re-roll these. They're not particularly amazing. Misting Bells is nice for casual shield over time. Let's push for a bit more striker. So we've maxed out Striker. We could start burning some of these off. Ooh, Binding Empowerment. We can't really afford a second. But we could go to the Vestigial Shrine and we can burn one of these things without worrying too much. I think probably the Training Weight is going to be the best one. So technically Striker's up to 5, but we've got more space available. We are so poor coming into Carver's Refuge. We can't afford that, can't afford that. How about over here? Oh, we can afford something. Shining Circlet would not be the worst thing. It's also not going to particularly help us. You know what? Let's save our money. There's no point spending on the reroll at this point. Instead, we'll move on for the big fight. Right. Lusk the Blight Bag. Taking 16 damage is going to be a bit painful. If we back up, we can get both of these, but then we can't get him. We can hit them individually, though. Let's invigorate. We can stand out the area, so we don't really need to do a shield wall. Instead, we can smack him a little bit. Yeah, we're not gonna. We wouldn't get enough in terms of the reductions to make that worthwhile. Let's do the shield wall now. So we are spiked. Hit all 3 of you. Hit him once. We're going to take a damage, but that's fine. The vigor means we're going to heal that back up. Equalizing Fist is interesting. I wonder if we're going to be able to get back out of the area. We'll be able to put the shield wall up. So again, we'll take 1 damage, which we'll heal again with the vigor next turn. That seems fine. It's a bit goopy. Now, do we lose spiked at the start of the turn? No, only lose half of it. Okay. So it's worth us actually stepping out here, doing a spiked, and doing an invigorate ready for next turn, carrying our 2 combos through. Okay, Equalizing Fist, knock him back. Hit that. Get the shield wall. Right, now we're not going to take any damage. He's still got the infusion. So Equalizing Fist is actually a really good thing for us in that sense. Yeah, you know what? Let's just stay out of range. Do an invigorate, try and knock him back. Knocked him back really far, like out the area, and put him on phase shift. Okay, even more things to deal with. We can hit 3 like that. Then back up over here. Get a shield wall. Knock him back like that. And if we just stand a little bit further... Ooh. Still going to take damage. That's going to be a little painful. You know what? Let's use our shield. Let's use our shield. Okay, I think we need to use our shield wall. Take a teeny bit of damage, but that's fine. I need him to be in a better position so we can smack him properly. Like, that helps. But it doesn't help much. We are right in the middle of the area. 2 cost discount might let us teleport out and hit him, maybe. Or maybe teleport to the edge over here. Just out. Look at that. This is getting danger close. I think we want to knock it back as much as we can, but we're kind of limited. Give it a hit. Get the shield wall. And we'll back up a bit. That's effective. We need to get outside of the area. It is getting so danger close in there. Hit everything, grab this. Just hit him. Just hit him is going to do a lot. And it will give us a shield. And then we can just get out of that bit. We'll be able to finish him this turn. That was trickier than a lot of other fights. definitely felt tricky. Having reduced will was notably dangerous. Okay, let's ascend Invigorate. Oh, Call to Arms is pretty nice. All things do double damage until the end of the turn has a lot of potential. Let's take that one. Invigorate comes around quite quickly. Punishing Runic Strike is very, very nice. Let's go for the Impenetrable Wall, though, because when we use the Shield Wall, I want it to shield us. And we really want to be pushing for augments next time. I think that's something that we need to lean into. Right, so that is going to be it for this episode. We'll pick up next time, and we'll do the next 2 zones and head back to the Athenium afterwards. Thank you very much for coming along, everyone. I do hope you are continuing to enjoy this. We've made a little bit of progress. We're obviously doing some stuff in Vengewood, and we've got the story fragment from the Vestigial Shrine. Hopefully, the next section will allow us to move on to the Silent Promenade, where we can do some breakables. As always, if you have enjoyed this, be sure to give a big thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed, go ahead and do so, and you'll be told when the next episode goes live. Otherwise, I'll see you next time for some more Inkbound. See you soon.